What's going on, guys? Breaking news. I'm bringing you the latest. The Terra Rebels official roadmap for Terra Luna Classic is released. We're going to take a look at it in this video, and boy, is it pretty interesting. So if that's something you like, make sure you smash the like button so that everybody can see this has been released, and let's dive into it. So coming straight over to the Terra Rebels webpage, I will leave a link to this in the description so you guys can come and check it out yourselves, and it talks from where we were to where we are going. I always talk about this, whether it's in spaces or on videos, where you should never forget where we came from, but equally never forget where we want to get to. So we can see here, look, back in Q2 2022, the formation of the Terra Rebels. Now, this is the first time you've ever seen a video regarding Terra Luna Classic. Everybody knows the algorithmic stablecoin collapsed, and basically this blockchain was being left to dead, left to do nothing, and ultimately we have built it back from nothing. So the formation of the Terra Rebels, the government's proposal sees out the 1.2% tax, the staking, and equally those staking reward proposals that went through. We had version 21, the testnet and software, and what I would say is, and it gives me real confidence when we do talk about the repegging of USTC, everything was tested, everything was ran through the community, all the coding was open to everyone could see. Really good stuff. Finalizing the epoch testing, this was all before we saw staking and everything go live. Into Q3, which is currently where we are, we see the software merge and the white paper release. Now we have got the white paper here. Again, you can come over and have a look at this. We have been through this before. Again, you can see the 1.2% tax, the 50% distribution on transaction fees, and the IBC re-enablement. So nothing new here, but again, just the new kind of white paper. Again, talks about the emergency measures during the UST depeg. And again, I would always point out that the Terra Rebels ultimately were formed a self-organized community of developers. Absolutely insane. So getting into Q4 of this year, so the kind of back end of the year, we've got to disable the market swap, rework the underlying Cosmos Tendermint skeleton, upgrade the vanilla Cosmos to 45.8, the Tendermint up to version 34, upgrade the Cosmwasm, assess burn tax, which is a really interesting thing. Now, a lot of people are talking for maybe a 1.5% burn tax, or maybe the evolution of the burn tax. It's all going to depend on specifically how much volume and how much we are actually burning, because ultimately the desire here is to get to 10 billion coins. Yes, it's going to take us some time, but equally, if we have the volume, it might be an opportunity to remove some of that burn tax or increase it. I know a lot of people are asking for 1.5%. Begin work on V2 algorithm. Exciting. Remember, USTC will be and is the only use case that we had for Terra Rebels, and it being a decentralized stablecoin made it one of the most valuable and equally one of the most versatile to use. Solidify the plan around the algorithmic fungible token, AFT, and then testing, validation, and security audit of the chain upgrades. Really important that you're building trust back into this by doing audits and testing everything, having that source code available, everyone can kind of have a look at. You can see here, look, upgrade the chain to parity with Luna V2, support decentralized apps with the Cosmwasm, upgrade repeg algorithmically fungible tokens. Now we're starting to get pretty exciting. We got the APS module into production, establish new capital controls on the algorithmic fungible token. And again, a lot of people talk to me about this in my live streams, where what does it look like when we repeg it? Well, ultimately, we have to kind of work it through importantly and make sure that it works for the network and all of the users. And then finally, re-enable the market swap module, which again brings everything back to the Terra station and the Terra ecosystem. And finally, begin work on new rewards mechanism to increase decentralization of network validators. So pretty exciting. All in all, that is the roadmap, a quite extensive roadmap if you ask me, up to 2023 Q2 and beyond, and I'm sure this is going to be updated and added to as it goes along. It says here, the roadmap is subject to change and contingent upon governance decisions. What do I mean by that? Well, look, ultimately, everything generally runs through the Terra station. It has a community vote put onto it, and then the ideas are then run through the Terra Rebels and the whole network of voting through the Terra Rebels, and then gets to the point where we see it implemented. So a significant change, though, to the roadmap. Excited about the algorithmically fungible tokens. I think that's going to be exciting. And again, these are more applications, more use cases, because ultimately, burns and exchanges is only the beginning. It's all going to be about applications. It's all going to be, you know, as much as we want to say, the repegging of USTC, and what does that bring from a decentralized perspective, but equally being able to do market swaps on and off ramps into Terra Station so you can buy straight from there is certainly in the works as well. So there is tons going on with Terra Luna Classic. So for all those people that tell you that Terra Luna Classic is done and that it's never going anywhere, get them to come and have a look at this roadmap. Make sure they watch this video because there is a ton coming to Terra Luna Classic. And you can see that right there in the roadmap, and we'll keep you closed. We'll keep you up to date with everything that's kind of going on. But some pretty exciting things, certainly around the DApps, are going to be, you know, really exciting, and it brings real use case and usability to Terra Luna Classic. And finally, just wanted to bring you this bit of breaking news. It says, amidst huge volatility, this crypto influencer is planning to buy Terra Luna Classic. Now, let me context this. Binance came out and said that they weren't going to support, and they were changed. They absolutely brought something even we weren't expecting to the table. And it says on here, Terra was formerly a market leader in the development of stable coins through algorithmic methods, but the sudden failure of its collapse has caused a huge uproar and contributed to the overall bearish trend in the entire crypto ecosystem. I don't know how much I believe of that, but it says the high-risk move. In recent tweet, David Goldstein, the founder of Goldstein Media and former congressional candidate, calls the Lunac a high-risk move. The analyst said he was taking a part in a $500 to $1 million challenge and that he could consider investing in Lunac. Now, remember, David Goldstein was well documented on Twitter saying that it was a waste of time and that there was nothing going to happen. All of a sudden, David Goldstein doing the $500 to $1 million challenge. I could take a chance on Lunac, but it's such a high-risk move. Either I double the 500 or I flatline right out of the gate. Well, he definitely would have flatlined right out of the gate. We've seen the price has stabilized at that 2.7. Depending on when he got in, he could have made himself some pretty interesting gains. But even David Goldstein, the guy that said absolutely not, he's buying Terra Luna Classic. So if we can get David Goldstein to do it, we have a new and up-to-date roadmap of what we want to do. The team are on board. We now need to set our goals on getting things like Coinbase, Qcoin, Gated.io to support either the 1.2% burn tax on both, or even this spot on margin trading fees, depending on what we see coming out of Binance on Monday. I'm excited to see both of those things. But new roadmap, David Goldstein, everything is going great right now for Terra Luna Classic. So if you are enjoying the ride, make sure you like this video. Let's make sure everybody knows it. Let's make sure David Goldstein himself knows that we're onto him. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.